Hey everyone, I've been reading in the Gospels, and one of the phrases that keeps coming up is that Jesus withdrew to a quiet place to pray. We see him leave his disciples behind for a little while to go up on a mountain to pray. We see him recede for an evening into the wilderness. This was a steady habit of his life to withdraw for time to spend alone in prayer. And as I was reading it, I had also read a quote from C.S. Lewis. He was famous for smoking a pipe, and somebody asked him why he did that, and he said, "A pipe gives a wise man time to think and a fool something to stick in his mouth." But his point, I think, it bears some merit for us. I'm not advocating for pipe smoking here, but I am advocating for us to take time and to think. He said a wise man needs time to think. So just because we are wise, just because we have wisdom, does not mean that we always use it. Contemplation is something that is massively important for living a wise life and living a Christian life. And so there's been a lot that's been made of, we've got some time now where we're out of our routine, and so we've got time to read and time to do those things. And I don't know if your life is like mine, but I tend to want to call shenanigans when I hear that, because I feel like my life right now is more crazy than it has ever been, that this pandemic has not brought time. It's actually brought a crunch on time. And for that reason, the discipline of solitude, the discipline of Bible reading, the discipline of setting aside time and going to a specific place to pray so that our minds can be not distracted, I think is massively important. And so my encouragement for you today is to follow, maybe not the pattern of C.S. Lewis, but to follow the pattern of Jesus. We all, if you're a believer, likely have good intentions to set aside time to read the Bible and pray, but we often very rarely do that. So here's your admonition and encouragement. Today, take 10 minutes and go to, whether you lock yourself in your bedroom closet or the bathroom. If you have young children, that's a good place to go. Just personal recommendation. Set aside 10 minutes to read a passage or a couple of verses and to pray for yourself. And I'm going to ask you to pray for one more thing. I just walked over from the worship center, and we've got a few people that are scheduled, so they're not overlapping, coming in to shoot some videos for our online VBS, which is happening on the week of June 22nd. And so they're shooting Bible stories, they're shooting some recreation activities for kids at home. During the time that you set aside to pray today, would you pray for our VBS? Would you pray and ask the Lord, one, for the people who need to see these things and to be a part of it, to be able to find it. We're going to advertise it on Facebook and on YouTube and all of those ways, but they would be connected with it so that they might hear the gospel. And would you pray that all the work that it takes, even though we're doing it in an online format, sometimes that even requires more work, all the work that it takes for this to come together, for that to happen flawlessly. And then pray, please, specifically for Lee Powell, who is organizing a lot of this, for Noah McGuire, who's doing the video shooting, for Taylor and Hannah Seymour, who are going to be in a lot of the videos, and for myself, who's going to be doing some of the editing. Would you pray specifically for us that our work goes smoothly, that the Lord establishes the work of our hands, and that it's a God-glorifying process for all? Because it is about the gospel. It is about the good news, and we want to get that out. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I love you, and we will talk to you soon.